everyone. So looks like Disney CEO Bob Iger, who's been under so many pressure after all this movie failing at the box office, one after another. You thought the Marvel was huge flop at the box office, then the Wish came out, that was flop. Of course, so many other movie came out, they were all flop. End of the year, oh my god, looks like they're gonna lose a lot of money. Of course, Bob Iger, his recent interview on New York, he did that. He talked about a lot of stuff, but I personally like that he's saying this, although probably he's not meaning, but I do appreciate that he's saying that Bob Iger company's movie has been too focused on messaging. Yes, not just messaging. You guys were too focused on pandering. Yeah. This has been a problem for Disney. They're pandering too much to the audience that all end of the day, all these people they pander to, they don't come to see their movie. That is the sad thing. Because end of the day, Disney brand, before it meant for anyone can watch it and enjoy it. Before, that's what it meant. Now it has become all this message, pandering. I'm personally not fan of any of this thing. Always your story should be first, then you should tell your character and everything. Of course, their race swapping has been a topic of like, especially what they did with the, I think personally their biggest their mistake was like a race swapping the Little Mermaid. That is what hurted their brand. Although I personally didn't mind they do that, but I think worldwide audience, they did react, unfortunately, because end of the day, it's not as diverse everywhere outside of US. And I think personally, Bob Iger, he's at least acknowledging here in this interview. It is quite interesting, although it doesn't mean, although now they're gonna stop, of course, because they're losing all this money. Of course, their recent movie, The Marvels, when I watch it, I'm like, oh my God. Of course, all these woke activists, they come out and they praise this movie for their wokeness. The truth is, these people are not even targeted audience. Disney is always has been a family brand, something you can watch their movie with little children, you know. All this message heavy stuff, movies really hurted their brand overall. Although their recent movie, Wish, which was, I think, I hear that movie is, although it's not doing great at the Rotten Tomatoes scores. I don't know how is that, but some people said that movie is really bland and it's not good enough for Disney's 100th anniversary. That means, of course, in his interview, are actually asked Bob Iger, like, what is your answer for all these movies flopping one after another? Of course, I do like his answer. And in this interview, Bob Iger, he's saying that creator lost sight of their number one objective need to be. Iger said, deal book. Yeah, in this interview in New York, which was, oh, that interviewer, and the interview was quite harsh on him. That means that he said, we have to entertain first. It's not about message. And of course, he's saying, we have entertainment values, and with having positive impact all the world is many different way. Yeah, Bob Iger, he's always very proud of Black Panther movie. And he said that I didn't even know some of these activists, yeah, they were working for Disney. Of course, they will blame on Lightyear, Elemental, and Strange World. Especially when it comes to box office failure, like movie like Lightyear, Elemental, and Strange World. Although personally, I don't think Elemental was box office failure, simply because it was actually one of the most watched movies. That was a Pixar movie. All this movie he mentioned here for me, I'm gonna say this movie, I have personally seen this, the Lightyear movie especially. That movie was so boring, nothing really happened, story didn't make sense. Although there was a message there, that's not the reason Lightyear flop at the box office. And Strange World is same thing. That movie flop at the box office. That movie is also very boring, although it does have a message there. Okay, lately all their movie has been really message heavy, and it's really pandering. I feel like personally, end of the day, Disney is a family brand, and they really lost sight of that. Before, you could see any Disney movie with your kids and family without worrying about any message on this thing, because I know that these things do hurt, especially when you are watching with little children. You know, they don't need to know all this thing. It's too early for them to know. That is why this message were not appropriate for Disney movies. You know what I mean? if this movie were 13 plus, or like if you are reaching for a little bit older audience, it could have made sense. But unfortunately, all this message heavy movie, end of the day, it's really ruined their brand. End of the day, parents, they first check for all the review. They first hear about, oh, does this movie have message, or does it have very uncomfortable scene or anything like that. That is what parents these days, they check first before they're showing their movie to their kids, which is makes sense though. That being said, I do see Disney's actually on Disney Plus. You don't see this movie. They don't advertise to when you first subscribe to Disney Plus. At this point, looks like Disney do have to stop pandering and messaging on their movie. They need to tell good story. Still, I do think they still have responsibility to represent everyone. But end of the day, their story should be first, not the pandering. But again, who knows what will happen. But after losing all this money at the box office, of course, they will take precaution. Let's wait and see what will happen. And that was my thought on this. Let me know in the comment, what do you think about his talking about this? If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to watch other videos on other topics. If you enjoy this, please subscribe. Until I see you next time, please take care.